the Be Fearless podcast. Another episode. Oh my God, like this year just like flew by, like nothing happened, like in a blink of an eye. Isn't like I'm the only one feeling that way today? Well, you know what? If you're tuning in live, just comment live. If you're just catching the replay, type replay on the comment box, and if you have any questions, comments, I'll get back to those later on throughout the episode or after we're done. But let me tell you one thing: if you're in live, you're in for a treat, because this woman, she's amazing. Okay, my guest today, it is let's start by, she is British. Like, I love her accent. I love everything about her. She is a wife, a mother, a former dentist. Like, I'm like, I bet that she doesn't miss getting into anybody's tooth right now. Like, I bet. Like, I would be like, I'm done with this. So she's a former dentist. She's a spunky network marketer, and she's on a mission to help people around the globe to build their brand, and use their influence to just get their brand autopilot. Her name is Fran Loubser, and she is here with us today directly from the UK. Welcome, Fran.
Thank you so much, Dagmar. I am honored to be here. Super honored to be here. I'm actually South African, so I'm actually my accent is a mixture of English, and it's more South African than English.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. Like, the honor is mine for having you here. But are you currently in South Africa, or are you still?
No. We've lived in the UK for 24 years now. So,
oh wow,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love it. How's the weather there today?
Don't.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna retrieve the question. I'm not gonna go there. Well, I just wanted to share my experience, because here is getting really cold.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. Like, can somebody just take winter away? Just, can we skip it? I mean, live Christmas, but just take the winter, the cold part of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I live with the heating on and a little electric heater, blowy heater underneath my desk here. So just to keep me warm, because I'm terrible. I feel the cold terribly.
Me too. And I'm from Puerto Rico, so I'm used to that, 80-degree weather. I'm like, every time I think of why I'm here, I'm like, yeah, I see my bank account, and I'm like, yeah, I know now. I can't remember why I'm here. All right, but welcome so much. I am so excited. I've been so, how can I say? I've been waiting this moment, because I really wanted to talk to you, and have my audience know you, and get to know what you are all about. And obviously, I ask everybody this, the question of the podcast: who is, or who was Fran growing up, and what was her dream?
Big question. So growing up, I was actually a shy, quiet nerd. Okay. I was a nobody at school. I was good at school. I did well at school. I was pretty much top of my class in most subjects except English, but otherwise I was top of my class in most subjects. I wasn't sporty. The only sport I was ever any good at was horse riding. But I was a nerd, and I wasn't one of the cool kids. And all I ever wanted to do was to fit in with the cool kids and to be one of the crowd. And I never was. And kind of that started a lot of limiting beliefs, and a lot of, thinking that I'm not good enough, and who am I? And, I wasn't accepted, and I wasn't, because I was a nerd, and, I didn't do the cool things. And I never even had jeans. I had my first pair of jeans, I think, when I was 14 years old. So, that was like a big thing for me to get my first pair of jeans. And my parents are kind of old fashioned, and yeah, anyway. So growing up, I was, this quiet little nerd. And I I kind of felt like I needed to, it was kind of expected of me to, to get a qualification, to get a degree. I'm the oldest of 4 children. And so I went to university. My reasoning for becoming a dentist was kind of crazy, but the teenage brain does crazy things. And I always wanted to do medicine, and I thought, well, I don't want to deal with dying people, and I don't want to work crazy hours, so I'm going to become a dentist instead.
Hold on right there. You didn't want to deal with dying people.
No, yeah, I didn't want to deal with death, and I didn't want to work night shift.
Okay.
And that's why I chose dentistry. Seriously.
Okay.
That's exactly.
I mean, but
that was exactly it.
I mean, that was good thinking. That was good thinking. It is funny, but because a lot of people don't think about that when they're, choosing a career path. Like they don't think about, death, that they, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor. Some of them say, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor, but they're not thinking your patient might die right there and then in the bed. So that was very strategic thinking. I love it.
I know. But then I spoke to my dentist, and he said, you don't want to do dentistry. He said, do you want to go into a career where nobody wants to see you? Nobody wants to go to the dentist. And
Not me.
I mean, generally people have a fear of the dentist. And so I thought rubbish. I love coming to the dentist. He's talking BS. And so I went into dentistry. I thought I knew better. This is the teenage brain. I knew better. I knew everything. I know everything. And so I went into dentistry, and I got into first year, and I'd been to a private school in South Africa. And so my first 6 months of dental school, I breezed through it. Okay. And then all of a sudden it got difficult. But I made a decision when I started dental school, when I started university, I made a decision that I was going to be different. And I made a decision that I was going to be one of the cool kids. And I made a decision that I was going to make a lot of friends. And so I did. And I went kind of wild. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I kind of stepped way out of my comfort zone, and I was a wild child. And then I failed first year.
Oh, wow.
I failed first year. Okay. It took me a long time to actually admit to people that I failed first year. That was my first big failure in life. Okay. I had to repeat first year. I got to 4th year of dental school, and I decided I don't like this. Is when I actually started working on people. Okay. In 4th year. So that's actually my 5th year at university. And I thought, I don't like this. I don't like this. I was making dentures. It was like I thought, I really don't like this. But this is my 5th year at university. I thought, I can't now turn around to my parents and say, I don't like this. I don't want to do it. So I finished, and I carried on, and I did practice dentistry.
For how long you work as a dentist?
28 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And I never really enjoyed it. I liked some people. I loved some of my patients. But generally, it's a stressful profession. It's a really stressful profession.
Really?
And so I was,
Why would you say that is a very stressful profession?
There are a couple of reasons. One is you're actually working in a dark hole that's full of saliva and blood. Okay. The mouth. Okay. Yeah. It's full of saliva, and you're working in millimeters. So you're working like in millimeters. All right. Okay. And nobody wants to be there. And a lot of people come to you in pain.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
And you need to get them out of pain. And it's stressful. The main thing is that people just don't want to be there. They don't want to see you. They're nervous coming to see you, and you've got to. It's always putting them at ease. And so it was stressful, and I was always looking for a way out.
Always looking for a way out. Let me tell you one thing. I love to go to a dentist, although whenever they talk about surgery, I'm like, seriously, like I just want to run the other way. But I love to go. I don't miss my how's it called? My your it's not maintenance. That's not the word. It's just like routine, like your
Yeah.
routine checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but trying to see the things, or having your perspective towards that profession, it's kind of a little bit of eye opening, because you're right. I mean, most people don't like to go, and you're really working in a small space, and just like getting way too
Yeah.
close up and personal with your
Yeah.
clients. And
I know.
um the reality is that not everybody keep their tooth clean in their mouth, and
No.
it's not it's not fun.
No.
But you did it for 28 years, and I do admire you, and say, like I take my hat. If I had my hat, I will be like, I take my hat off to you, because it's really admirable. But you say that you were not happy with it, and you did it for 20 years. You were looking for a way out. How that way out came through? Like, what happened? What do you do?
So a friend of mine who was a network marketer, I went to some of her parties, and one day we met for coffee, and she said, I found a new opportunity. And I thought, actually, I quite like the sound of this. And I decided, well, maybe this is my way out. Like, maybe I can become a network marketer. And honestly, like, the people, my colleagues, they laughed at me. They said, what, you're going to go do this funny little side gig? You crazy. What you're a dentist, My parents were devastated, because they had their dentist who was a daughter, who's
I
now
can
becoming
imagine. Like, oh my
who's now
God,
become
my daughter.
I know, I went from up here to down here. It's like, you becoming a network marketer. It's like, no. Like,
Did they, for some reason, say you need to, are you having any problems? Do you need to go see a therapist? Like, because that's what a lot of people react to when we say, or the words network marketer, is like,
yeah.
Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you having a crisis? Like,
yes.
No.
I know, and that's the thing that's really sad, is that network marketing has got such a bad reputation.
Exactly.
It's got such a stigma associated with it, and it really shouldn't.
Yeah,
it really shouldn't. If it's done correctly, and if it's done the right way, then it's an incredible profession if it's treated as a profession. But it's not.
I agree with you. I think that a lot of people have not only worked wrong the network marketing profession, but they also have done wrong to too many people, that when you tell them I'm a network marketer, they just like run the other way. Like, let me just like run as far away from you as I can. Like, Speedy Gonzalez, this is just like a baby.
I was one of those people. I was one of those.
How your mentality changed, around the whole thing.
So I, like, when I thought, okay, I'm going to make this work, and I went all in. Okay, this was back in 2015, and then in 2016, the practice where I worked was actually taken over by a guy. I'm not going to say anything more about him, but he gave me an ultimatum, and he told me I had to. He gave me an ultimatum. I'm not going to say any more, because I don't know who's going to hear this, okay? And I don't want to be sued. But it was going to compromise my ethics. It was going to compromise my integrity. It was going to compromise the way that I was going to be treating my patients. And I thought, I can't do this to my patients.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually retired in 2016. I retired from dentistry. And honestly, it was at a stage, when my daughter had left home. She was working, and my husband just said, just go. He was tired of seeing me crying every night. He was tired of seeing me coming home in tears every single night. He said, just quit. So I quit dentistry in 2016. But I was that spammy network marketer. She told me, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to make your list of your 100. You're going to go to all your friends and family. You're going to have all the parties. You're going to do all the home meetings. You're going to do all the things. And I did that. And I went to my list of 100, and I went back to my list of 100, and back to my list of 100, and back to my list of 100. I don't know how many times, until there was one day Okay. And I live in a small town. And I had this one girl, and I was fixated on this girl because I thought she would be awesome, and I wanted her in my team. And I went to her place of work. I visited her at home. I went like, and it's like I literally I haunted this woman. And one day I parked my car in the town square, and I got out my car and I saw her across the square, and I thought, there she is. Let me go speak to her again. And she saw me. We made eye contact, and she did an about turn and she ran away from me. She literally ran away from me. And this was in 2017. And now she still runs away from me. Whenever she sees me, she does an about turn. She goes the opposite direction. I think I'm not speaking to Fran. Okay. Like, it's still now. So
oh, wow.
It was a sign. I thought, I've got to find another way. I can't do this to my friends and family anymore.
Exactly.
And so I found a better way to build. I invested a lot in my education. I invested in learning how to actually build influence online, and how I can, because I believe in the profession. I love this profession. But I needed to find a way to actually build influence online.
Mm-hmm.
And to start attracting people to me, okay, because of the content that I put out. Firstly, I was tired of doing home parties. I was tired of doing hotel meetings. I was tired of doing all of that. And I thought, like, whenever I did a party, everyone was on their phone. They were like in their phone. And I'm thinking, well, how can I get in that phone? I need to get in that phone.
Exactly.
So I started learning how to actually build influence online, and how to help people, not only educate them, but how to help them in their mindset. Because for me, this has always been my biggest struggle. Okay, was like my limiting beliefs and feeling like an imposter.
Mm-hmm.
All the way through, from failing first year, to being a dentist and never, I struggled thinking that I was good enough. Like, yes, my patients love me, but I always struggled thinking that, wondering if I was good enough and if I was doing enough, if I was doing a good enough job. Okay.
What would you say was like this? What was that moment that you had that breakthrough where you kind of release your inner badass? Like, what happened?
It's a kind of an ongoing process, I would say. It wasn't a like, there it is. It's something that I work on all the time. And I think, for a lot of us, feel like we can always be better, feel like we're not good enough. Okay. And then for me, when I feel like an imposter, when I feel like what I have isn't good enough to share, I actually turn around and I try and help somebody. Nice. Okay. And if I turn around and I think, okay, well, hang on, I know so much. I can help so many people. And if I just reach out to somebody and find out how I can help them, and I help them, then I think, okay, all right, I'm good enough. And then something might happen, and I go back to this feeling like an imposter, and I go
it's
back
like
to
the never-ending cycle.
It's a never-ending cycle of of serving people and helping people, and coaching and mentoring people, and helping them find their light, helping them find their light that's shining inside of them, and releasing it. Okay. Yes. And letting it shine, and letting their inner badass. I like to call it my inner badass, and letting my inner badass shine. But then there might be something that might happen, or I might, so often these limiting beliefs, what stops us are actually just stories that we make up in our head. Yeah. I might hear something, and somebody says something, and I turn it around in my head, and I think, that's directed directly at you, Fran, and you're not good enough. Meanwhile, it was nothing of the sort. But
How
so
do you,
often
what would you say is the most common limiting belief that you find, I mean, that you have find throughout your life, but also or mainly with your clients? What's the main one, the main limiting belief that, or the most common for that matter?
is it's usually, who am I? Am I good enough? Am I worthy? You know, and am I good enough to actually serve others and to help others and to lead? You know, because in network marketing, you know, when you start growing a team, you suddenly think, okay, well, now I need to lead these people. I need to serve these people. I need to help these people. And I don't know enough. Who am I? Why? Who am I to do that? And, you know, so often these thoughts, you don't, the problem is that so often we think that we need to be up here in order to serve other people. And we don't. We just need to be one step ahead.
Yeah, I
You know,
completely
we just
agree.
need to be, sometimes you just need to be one day ahead of the person that you're trying to help. You learn something, if you learn something, you'll figure something out, you can turn around and teach it and you can help other people. And that's the incredible thing with you know, with being an entrepreneur, being a network marketer, is that we can help other people. And that's, you know, the thing that so often, like, we make it about us.
Yes.
We make everything about us. People here say you make it about you, and it never was about you. It never was about me.
Yeah.
It's about people who are out there that I can help. And when you turn it around and you think, well, stop thinking about yourself, Fran, because it's not about you, but it's about Mary and John and Susie and the people out there who need to hear my message today. And if I don't get over myself and find that inner badass and find that voice inside of me and actually share the message that I've got to share today, I'm letting that person down.
Yeah.
Just like if I didn't get up and go to work and go and get Susie out of pain, I was letting Susie down because I was, you know, didn't feel like doing dentistry that day. You know, so I think right throughout life, you know, if we stop thinking about ourselves and we start thinking about how we can help other people and how we can serve other people, then, you know, those limiting beliefs start to go away when you start helping other people, when you realize that you don't need to be the expert, you don't need to be the, you know, multiple 7-figure earner in order to help somebody.
Exactly.
And it's so rewarding when you can help somebody, when they turn around and say, oh my God, that made such a difference, thank you so much.
I completely agree. But that also takes a lot of confidence, and sometimes a lot of people lack that confidence to actually get out of their shells. What would you say is like because I believe you have like a 5-step build confidence tips programs. I don't know how you call it, but talk to us about that, because I want to hear what you have to say about confidence.
Yeah, so it comes, like, the confidence comes right first thing in the morning when you get up in the morning. Okay, because if you get up in the morning, okay, and it's actually retraining your brain. Okay, if I get up in the morning and I look at my phone and I start seeing messages and I start seeing things that drag me back into my limiting beliefs, drag me back into you know, what I expect for like, think how the day is going to happen, then I'm immediately in a negative, I've immediately got negative energy, I'm immediately in a negative space. Okay, so to start the day out in a positive space, to start the day out feeling like a badass, okay, is first thing in the morning, is instead of picking up your phone, and checking messages, instead of turning on the news and watching the TV and watching the news, is number one, is think about things that you are grateful for that day, okay, and really mean it. Okay, think of things and different things every day that I am grateful for, and I write them down. Okay, so that's the first thing, is find 3 things that I'm grateful for. The second thing is to actually tell yourself that I love you. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, if you're watching this, when did you last tell yourself that you love yourself? Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't say, I love you, okay, you can't, it's difficult to love other people, and it's difficult to expect other people to love you if you don't love yourself. You've got to love yourself first, okay?
Exactly.
This isn't a selfish kind of a love, okay? Love yourself, okay? And tell yourself that you are good enough, that you are worthy. I am, okay? You do all the I am statements. I mean, my I am statements. I'm a double diamond in my company. I'm making $1 million a year. I am a badass. I am happy. I am loved. I am worthy. I am proud of what I have achieved. Okay. I'm proud of who I am. Okay. I'm strong. I am brave. I am a conqueror. I deserve wealth, and I'm moving towards a life of abundance. Okay. So I say that to myself every day. Okay. And yeah, so that's the second thing. And then it's meditation, or even just sitting still and breathing. Okay. Turn off everything, sit still, and just be. Okay. All right. Exercise. And then I actually like to make sure that I take action. Action builds confidence. When you don't feel confident, when you don't feel like you are good enough, is if you take action, if you actually do, if you take action in, whatever it is that you need to do to build your business. Okay. If you take action, it builds confidence. Confidence comes from taking action. Confidence comes from doing the do. And if you don't, people say, I don't feel confident enough to do a Facebook Live. I say, well, do a Facebook Live. Go and do a Facebook Live.
You won't die. Being uncomfortable.
Get comfortable. Get comfortable stepping outside of your comfort zone. Okay. Get outside of that. Get outside of, because nothing happens inside that comfort zone. And if you want to, and this is where, takes me back to first year dental school, when I just thought, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I want to be one of the cool kids. I want to start like being happy. Yes, I went a little bit the other way. I went a little bit wild. Okay. But I stepped outside of my comfort zone, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. And that is where the growth happens, is when you take action, when you step outside of your comfort zone and you think, oh my goodness, actually that wasn't that bad. I didn't die. For me, yeah, it's like massively outside of my comfort zone. But I know there are people who need to hear this message. And so,
definitely. Yeah, I'm so happy and glad that you did, because we
needed and the thing is, like, you might be sweating buckets. You might be thinking, oh my goodness, like I can remember the first time I was interviewed, I literally, about 5 minutes before, I thought, I think I'm going to be sick. And I thought, no, I need the toilet. Or no, I think I'm going to be sick. I thought, well, I don't have time for that. I have to get on. So I just went on.
Well, now that you mentioned that, the first time I got an interview, I was asked a question, and you can see like 10 seconds of me just going blank, like I froze, and I was like, okay, this is my worst nightmare just happening right now. Live. Oh my God. So I can definitely relate to that. And
I mean, that's something that I've been terrified of. It's like somebody's going to ask me something, and I'm going to think, well, and I was interviewed a little while back, and she asked me a question. I thought, well, I'm not really quite sure how to answer this. So I said, well, okay, firstly, I'm not the expert. Okay. All I'm doing is sharing what's worked for me. And then I thought, okay, all right. And then I thought, okay, this is what works for me. And I shared what works for me. And she said, hey, that's cool. That's awesome. She loved it.
I mean, but you know what? I think that in this day that we're living, or this time that we are living, expertise it goes beyond a title. It's more of a experience. It's more of what we have built with the heartache, the troubles, the pains, and how we overcome, in how we can, instead of just save all that information and experience inside, just share it. That's what for me is experience.
Absolutely. And so, so often, and it comes back down to those limiting beliefs and thinking that,
Yeah.
who am I? And we all have a wealth of knowledge, from
Yes,
life, from doing what we do, that we can share and we can help other people.
that's right.
So yeah.
I completely agree. And I love you.
Yeah.
You're fantastic. You are fantastic,
Yeah.
friend. I mean, like, hello, like you guys, like what is not to love about her? Like she just have shared so much with us in the time that we've been here today. Obviously, let me tell you
I
one
haven't
thing.
even shared my passion, which is when 2 years ago we set up our coaching community, the Beach
Oh,
Boss Influencers. So we built. People used to come to us for coaching, and we would say, well, come and join our team, and they say, well, actually, no, we want your coaching. And so there are 5 of us, and well, actually there are now 7 of us, but one of us, Kat Krasilnikov, came and said, I've got an idea. And she always has an idea, and she's got a brain. She has got a brilliant brain. And so we decided to
let me
set up.
guess who's that? Brandy?
No, this is Kat. This is Kat
Cat?
Krasilnikov.
Okay.
This is Kat.
Okay.
And
Sorry,
Kat
Cat.
always
I'm
has these
sorry.
genius ideas. Kat, well, Brandy's brilliant. Brandy's, I love Brandy to bits, and
I
she's a
just took a
genius.
wild guess. I'm like,
Yeah. They're all amazing. They're all amazing. And she came with this idea. She said, let's build a coaching community for other network marketers so we can teach them how to do what we do. Okay, and how to build influence, and how to stop being a salesy word, and how to build influence online. So together we can just lift up the reputation and of the industry as a whole. Okay, right across the board, whatever company they're with. And so it's almost 2 years ago we built Beach Boss Influencers, and it's literally just gone from strength to strength.
that's
And
right.
it
Yeah.
is our passion to help other network marketers see success. But the biggest struggle still with most of them is overcoming their limiting beliefs, is changing their mindset,
But I
and starting
think
to
that's
believe
with
that they're good
everybody.
enough.
I
Yeah.
think that comes with everybody.
Yeah.
At some point in life, we no matter how much we develop and we learn and we grow, there always gonna be that moment in life that we're gonna have that question again. Am I enough?
Yeah.
Am I doing the
Am I
right
good enough?
thing?
Yeah.
Am I going the right path?
Yeah.
In like you said before, is like the never ending cycle, right?
Yeah.
That we go through. And sometimes it's good to go through the cycle just to kind of like revise what we have done and kind of like do a self-check and see if there's any. I always say that there's always room for improvement. um
Always. Yeah.
So you can always assess yourself during that process and say, hey, I already achieved this. What can I do now to make it better?
Yeah.
And I know that's what you guys are doing also with the community. You helping
Yeah.
women and
Yeah.
men from around the world just to make things better for their businesses, their family, and themselves. And I love you guys for that. I love you guys for that. And I'm so glad that you share your passion with us today, that you share yourself with us today. But I know that there's people out there might be wondering where they can get in touch with you.
Well, so I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. There's my Facebook handle at Fran Loubser. There are very few Fran Loubsers around, so I'm pretty easy to find. So Instagram's at Fran Loubser, Facebook at Fran Loubser, and connect with me. Send me a friend request. I'd love to connect with you and see how I can best help and serve you. And it. Yeah, I just love connecting with other people and growing friends on social media is fun.
It is fun.
It is fun getting to know other people and getting to find out about them and see where they're at and see, if I can help them, how I can help them. It's fun doing it without a hidden agenda. Back in the day, I always had a hidden agenda. I always had this hidden agenda, like how can I recruit them? How can I sell my stuff? And it's just so nice just to you know, just to grow friendships all over the world is fun.
Yes, it is. So, I mean, I'm sorry, guys, if you're hearing some noises around there. Is my dog around again, like, just going around, like trying to get my attention. Like, Mom, when you gonna like get away from the computer?
You should bring your dog on screen.
Oh, the thing is that he's not a tiny little dog.
No, he's a big dog.
Quite big, yes. So it's hard for me, like, kind of like bring it up. But he's my baby, my angel. So I apologize for the back noise and the interruptions at some point. But yeah, and the other thing is that you guys, if you want to check out Beach Boss influencers, here's Fran's link is gonna be on the description of the interview here on Facebook and in YouTube. And it's gonna be there for you guys to go and check it out. And also, I highly recommend you that you just connect with Fran. She's amazing. Thank you so much for your time, for being here with us. And now, obviously, we have to go. I don't want to go.
Oh.
I don't want to let you go.
Dagmar, thank you so much. It's been an honor. Yeah, I can talk forever. I can talk till kingdom
Me
come.
too. Like I'll be sitting in here like, okay, let's keep chatting, and like there's no problem. I love it, but unfortunately, our time is running out, and but I know this is not going to be the last time I'm going to have you here.
No, I'd love to come back again. I'd be honored.
We bringing you back again in 2022. So next year, you guys need to be ready, because I bring in her, and for that one, we're gonna have something special on hand. I cannot say anything, but I know it's gonna be fantastic. Anyway, so thank you so much, Fran, for being here. You guys, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook page, DM Dagmar Torres. That's where the podcast is live every Monday and Wednesday. It also goes through YouTube at the same time. You also can connect with me at the Instagram at the Success Strategist. Today my accent is on the way, so I'm sorry. And then you can also subscribe to listen to the podcast on Anchor. .fm Dagmar -Torres. So you can find the podcast in there. Also, this year it's about to end, but I couldn't end this year without making a dream come true. And something that I did in 2021 was becoming an author. So if you haven't had your grab your copy from my book, Dauntless, Creating Your Blueprint for Success, go to Amazon, or you can also visit dauntlessbook.com/promo so you can subscribe, stay connected with me, and grab my freebie for you at that page. So thank you so much for being here today with us, for your time, and don't forget to unlock your potential and be fearless. Until next time, bye-bye.